Welcome to the United Matters channel. Jean-Claude takes over Ugarte Talks and looks like he's really at the center of all this to see to it that he obviously talks to the president of PSG to get this deal done and dusted. Remember, he was at PSG for some good years. He was the CEO there and he knows Al Khalifi very well. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share, and continue to subscribe because you're bringing you more and more stories as far as everything is really concerned in here for you. And we are having a story coming in through from the man himself known as Fabrizio Romano, hinting onto the exit of Hannibal. As here we go to the side of Burnley, and at first it was a loan, and now it has gonna have to be really changed into a permanent deal with some clauses included into the mix. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really doing the needful to see that everything really moves on as to pass. So this is what we're obviously going to be discussing in here, and I believe most of you are really going to be here and you're really going to be into the mix. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. First video of the day, and let's obviously set it off with calling for 200 likes to be smashing the video as you continue to subscribe because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers. Now, yesterday night, a story was broken by Jacob's Ben that Blanc has been communicating with Nasser Al Khalifi 5 to 6 days ago. They met in Paris and had lunch together. Jean-Claude is understood to be using his relationship with PSG to help Dan Ashworth and the recruitment team over the Manuel Ugarte deal. Now, I remember bringing you one of the reasons as to why this deal is really sterling. It's because of the egos that developed in between the two people. That is Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Nasser Al Khalifi. You get, because they both wanted this deal to be get done and dusted at different times, you understand, and in the due course of really getting it done at different times, a lot is gonna have to happen, you understand. So as it stands, a lot has been really happening, and guess what, the man who knows the president of PSG very well, that is Jean-Claude, kicked in and said, all right, all of you first step aside, let me negotiate this deal, because I'm having the experience. I negotiated the deal of Neymar to PSG. I negotiated the deal of Kylian Mbappe to PSG and very many other deals. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, name it, the Cavani's. Allow me be at the center front of this deal, and I talk to the main man because he's my friend. I've been working with him for years. We know each other very well, and now I can kick in and obviously have a discussion with him. Tell me what you have on your table. Tell me, brief me in on what you guys have been discussing before. I'm gonna step in like a pro and get this done and dusted in a nick of time, and that's what exactly has gonna have to happen for the guy known as Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United. And the guy is going to have to kick in, and he's really taking these to the next level, and he's helping to see that this deal is getting done and dusted. As for me, I believe it is going to hit obviously delay for a very long period of time possible, because however much this deal depends on Scott McTominay, I was like, why aren't we getting the 25 million euros for Scott McTominay? Because if you really want a player that is obviously going to change the club of Manchester United on how we play and how we dictate and control games, it's Manuel Ugarte that is really missing into the jigsaw, you understand? And he's that main man missing into our jigsaw. It's the piece missing into the jigsaw, and we have to all admit that he's the guy that we all need at the club of Manchester United. And the moment we get him up, I think a lot is really going to change, because he's a proven player for me, 23 years of age, still young. He can turn around his career. He was wanted by very many clubs. He chose Manchester United, and we all believe in him as a CDM, as even last summer he was onto the list of Eric Ten Hag that he needed to bring in through at the club of Manchester United as far as the central midfield options were really concerned. So I trust Jean-Claude because him and PSG have a very huge bond, and I know he will do the needful. This story is coming in through from a tier 1 journalist known as Jacob's Ben, and guess what? It is really doing great to us, because I like it when a tier 1 journalist sorry about that. I like it when a tier 1 journalist comes out and obviously breaks silence. You understand? You get? I really like it that way. When a tier 1 journalist comes in through and breaks silence about a certain deal that is really taking place, because I really get to know that things are really moving the right way. I don't know whether United might be really going in for their deadline day transfer to obviously get in a player and sign in a player, because they know how much it means, because most of the people are all on their phones waiting for those updates on when this deal is really going to be done and dusted. So we're here to wait and see how things are really going to be panning out, and how Jean-Claude will obviously take this deal to either its accomplishment as soon as possible or to the wire. That is it. So that's what we've gone ahead to get in through from the man himself, known as Jean-Claude Jacobs-Ben, presenting that story. Then another story coming in through from Paris. This is called El Pace, obviously coming in through from Espanyol. They're telling us that PSG want close to 60 million euros for Manuel Ugarte, and Manchester United offered 52 million euros. PSG lowered their price after talks at the weekend. The player has put pressure on them. Obviously, 60 million euros and Manchester United are offering 52 million euros. I think 8 million euros cannot fail this deal to happen. You know, that's why Fabrizio Romano is like, this deal is close and it's really going to be happening in a nick of time. So we are here waiting to see how things are really gonna really take this to the next level, because this is what we need. We need this deal done and dusted. We need it done, put it out of the way, and obviously see to it that maybe we obviously get in another player before the window closes, because I think if we obviously lose Scott McTominay, and if you lose Scott McTominay and you get in Manuel Ugarte, I understand it will look like you're having Mason Mount, Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, and Manuel Ugarte and Toby Collier, but I believe there will be something missing, because I don't count Eriksen a player for the club of Manchester United, because he's not gonna feature dominantly into this game, into this season, because in the 3 games that we've gone ahead to play this season, I haven't gone ahead to see him really. Did he come? I think he came on the game of Man City, but this game, these 2 Premier League games, he hasn't gone ahead to play a single minute into that, meaning that he's out of the manager's plan. So the deal, 60 million euros, we wait and see how they're really going to accomplish this, but I trust Jean-Claude, who is at the center of this deal. I know he can obviously make it happen and really take us to where we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United. And I believe in him doing the due diligence in getting everything done and dusted at the club of Manchester United. So we're here waiting to see how things are really going to be panning out at this moment, but Manchester United is really taking center stage at this, and they want this deal done and dusted, and I just can't wait to get this deal done and dusted. Earlier, I told you that I would rather see this deal come to pass with Manuel Ugarte coming in through before the game of Liverpool, trains with the club for 2 days, but having gone ahead to see it that 2 days going ahead to elapse without him really traveling to Manchester to undergo his medical. That means tomorrow we wait and see what is really going to be onto the cards. You understand? What is really going to be onto the cards for this deal of Manuel Ugarte to the club of Manchester United. But that is the huge hint that has been dropped by Jacobs-Ben, as Jean-Claude has gone ahead obviously take center stage into this deal to say it that it obviously stops the lagging into accomplishment. Then today it's another huge story, as another player has gone ahead to exit the club of Manchester United, and that is Hannibal. Fabrizio Romano has told us that Burnley have reached agreement to sign Hannibal Mabry from Manchester United. Medical tests taking place today at club to club deal done on deal with the mandatory buy clause. Almost there. Then he later came up and obviously told us something huge that had gone ahead obviously put in what we call a turnaround in everything that we've got, that we are told, as Hannibal Mabry completes medical today at Burnley and joins on a permanent deal instead of loan with obligation to buy. Manchester United requested change requested change, as funds will be received earlier and deal will also be include a sell-on clause. Here we go. So Manchester United have been really good because they're like, it's a pure profit for Hannibal. The fact is, we need the money in, and when we get in that money, it will help us really get on other deals, get done and dusted, because he's an academy graduate, and obviously there is what we call pure profit coming in through from the sale of this guy known as Hannibal Mebry, and him coming in through obviously putting the required shift all together has gone ahead to help Manchester United obviously getting this money as a pure profit. You get, and they'll obviously come up and obviously use that money to obviously either obviously get in or close that gap in between the price of Manchester United and the price of in between the price of Manchester United and the price or asking price of PSG to get this deal done and dusted. So now we are having a very huge exodus of players at the club of Manchester United. Alvaro Fernandez, Camboala, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. You get Rafael Varane, Anton Martial. Then you'll talk of who else left? There is a couple of players that have gone here to leave the club of Manchester, meaning that at least we are balancing the two very well. Now we are waiting to see how Scott McTominay really shows us he's back at the club of Manchester United. Even Facundo Pellistri has gone ahead to leave, and he has gone ahead obviously collect United some amount of money. So we are doing good at the side of the outings, and incomings we are not also bad, because we have Yellow, Zexi, Matthias De Ligt, Mazraoui, and we might get in one or two players to see it that we obviously have a very good summer transfer window. So that's what we've gone ahead to get in from you in here onto the United Matters channel. Tell me your thoughts about Jean-Claude getting or taking over Manuel Ugarte talks to Manchester United. You understand? What do you make about that? And Hannibal leaving for the side of Burnley right about now. He's a Burnley player, and they're playing to the championship, and United has a sell-on clause, but it has been turned over from a loan deal with a mandatory obligation to buy to a permanent deal, and United will receive the money earlier. That is it. But I'm happy for Hannibal, because playing in the championship at Burnley will obviously give him a very good go, and I believe that if at all he had gone ahead obviously extending himself at Birmingham last season, he would have gone ahead to be one of those players that maybe Premier League teams would have gone to be looking at. But it's not yet over for him, and it's not late, because he's not all that great, he's not all that old, and he can really use 1 or 2 seasons to overturn it and come to play into the Premier League. So may the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. We sign out for now. See you later, and we are going to be coming back with more and more stories. I'm out.